age gentleman came to the conduct. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our annual An Age Gentleman Award ceremony today. This award is a new award initiated by our Toastmasters International, and every year a person from our club, from our community is selected to receive this award. We have a committee to select, and there are certain criteria which is taken, considered and scrutinized, and it is given. Today I am a presenter giving this award. Though the person is not physically present today due to unavoidable circumstances, I would like to read on his behalf the criteria that he has met and why he is the apt person to receive an Ace Gentleman Award. We all know that the tagline of Toastmasters International is where leaders are made. We all might have seen different leaders emerging in front of our eyes, but there are very few people who are not only leaders but also lovable by one and all. They are the real gentlemen. Today, we have chosen one of our members for this unique award. The award, called an Ace Gentleman, goes to our beloved member and Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Let me quickly explain why members have chosen this person for this award. The criteria about his death. As a professor, Thomas Abraham is popularly known as the Professor Toastmaster by the Medians. Having spent years in training and coaching, he is truly a professor. His command of language is commendable. He not only was a commander of the English language, but was also a great mentor. He has volunteered to mentor many of our members. In fact, the division champion of humorous speech of the year, Dr. Arapan, who is sitting among us, is also one of the proud prodigies of Thomas Abraham, a role model of Toastmasters. We have seen several Toastmasters who used to participate in the contest year after year. They never take any leadership role and give it back to the Toastmasters community. Thomas Abraham not only participated in many of the contests and went up to the division level, but has also taken up leadership role at district level. Last term, he was the speechcraft coordinator. This year, he has taken up the role of a PR manager. As a PR manager, he has conducted several events to propagate the Toastmasters. At Medley, he has won several awards such as Extra Mile Member. As a multitasker, a debater, a photographer, and a global trotter. As a debater, Thomas Abraham is an avid debater in his college days. He wants every youngster to learn the art of debating. Thomas Abraham is vociferous on debate stages, but we have never seen him debating with anyone off the stage. He is truly a nice gentleman. Photographer, we all know his contribution to this photographic community, where he has accepted to be the secretary of Tamil Nadu Photographic Society. I've seen many of his pictures in the Facebook. I think he should be able to make a fortune out of his pictures. Such is the quality and aesthetics of his pictures. A global trotter. Thomas Abraham is a global trotter, but I have never seen him bragging about it. Having seen several parts of the globe, he has utmost maturity and elegance. He is fabulously the right person for this Ace Gentleman Award. I think it's very appropriate, and I request our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sturia, to collect this award on his behalf today.
Madam has delivered their fabulous speech. Because of the stress, last time when I called the second speaker, I did not read about the project title. The third project title is Technical Presentations, Enhancing Technical Talk with Internet. The project will be presented by Mr. Sunil Jose. He is the IT lawyer by profession, currently running his own law firm. He is a Toastmaster for 10 years. He is our past president and area director. Before I call upon Sunil Jose to the stage, may I request the evaluator, Toastmaster Alagapan, to read out the project objectives.
Good evening, everyone. So today, Toastmaster Sunil Jose is presenting his project 5 in technical presentation, enhancing a technical talk with internet. So the objectives of this project are understand the nature and process of a technical presentation supported with professional level visual aids, arrange pre-meeting communication via email, find or create a post-meeting website for further dissemination of information supporting or enhancing your verbal presentation. You may create a web page and add it to your club's website, making use of podcasting, webcasting, or a basic internet website. Use a desktop computer, Microsoft Word, web browser, a simple graphics program for photos and other images, Microsoft PowerPoint as well as Flipchart to support your presentation. So all the best, Sunil Jose.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome Mr. Sunil Jose. Sunil Jose, what's wrong with IamTrainer.com? What's wrong with IamTrainer.com, Sunil?
Good afternoon. I am very happy to be in front of this august audience of trainers, speakers, entrepreneurs who are cherishing a dream of becoming a businessman, businesswoman in the field of training and education. Good afternoon again. Good afternoon. Some of you already started your own business in training. Some of you are aspiring to become trainers and speakers in education and training. So if you have not started, if you are thinking to become in the training business, the first thing you have to do is to have a website, right? So given a chance, you are set to become a trainer. So you have to select a website address. So what would be your option? What is the ideal situation where if you're given a choice, what will be the website address which you will be selecting? Okay. What will be the address? I mean, what is the ideal address you are looking for?
Should link with the domain name.
You I need the specific name.
Like for a training.
Yeah.
You should take a trainer.
So he will be looking for something with training. User.
I'll take something from Greek or Latin.
People cannot understand. People cannot understand. Good one. I will need one more person.
Greatspeakers.com.
Greatspeakers.com. Okay. So you are not different. From my experience, people who want to start business want always to connect the domain name with their product or service. So based on my over experience, I've selected 3 names which ideally people will opt for. The first one, if you are a trainer, you would like to have a domain like I am a trainer. So if you want a domain, where do you go? You go to Daddy. Go Daddy. So you type it, you see I am a trainer is taken. Then what will you do? I am the trainer. If that is also taken, what will you do? I am also a trainer. So somehow you want to connect with training, speaker, or something related to training business. Dear friends, this is the worst thing which we should do in startup. This is called descriptive domain names. Domain names which describe your product or service. Okay, now you have selected a domain. These 3 people are in the market. Like you see in the movie,
couple of years later, you become established trainers. Now there are 3 brands. Domain name become a brand. What's the difference? The domain name become a brand is like Phoenix Mall starts, okay? If you want to give the address, you have to tell them this is a Google map. Look, you follow this and you will reach Phoenix Mall. Today, when I say, okay, you have to go to Phoenix Mall, I don't have to tell you this. You know where it is. So that's the difference between a domain name and a brand. A domain name, after some time, I am a trainer. These 3 people have 3 different brands. I am a trainer, I am the trainer, and I am also a trainer. So this is the only way which you can identify these 3 trainers, right? So now what is the problem with this? I'll give you a case study. India's one of the leading website, bookmystore.com. In 2007, they registered the domain name bookmystore.com because it described their services. After that, till today, they have grown leaps and bounds. Now, Book My Show today is a brand. You don't have to say somebody who wants to book a ticket, you don't have to say bookmyshow.com. It has become the largest entertainment ticketing portal. Now, during these 10 years, even last year, look at the last year figures, Book My Show, after 10 years, has at least 14 million tickets. They sell 14 million tickets a month. They have 30 million customer base. So this is the kind of growth they had. So they are very confident. 10 years, they are number 1 brand in the country. So what they did, in 2017 December, they went against a brand called bookmysports.com in High Court of Delhi. So the claim was, BookMy is exclusively related to us. We have been using this in this country for 10 years. We have such a big customer base, so nobody else can take it. Now what did High Court say? Sorry? You've been using this for 10 years or 100 years. You have 30 million customer base, but it's descriptive. You can't take it. Now again, they didn't give up. They went against bookmyevent.com last month, January 2019. High Court of Delhi again. This time Delhi High Court said, you can't take it, and you should understand this is a descriptive term. This is a common term in English today. Anyone can start BookMy. You can have, for example, Surya can start bookmyspeaker.com tomorrow. For example, somebody wants to take slot here, bookmyspeaker. BookMyShow has nothing to do with that. But BookMyShow's allegation is that it's related to them. So what's the lesson? Even if you have a descriptive domain, even if you are in the business for 100 years, there is a high chance of uncertainty that today, tomorrow, you will not be able to enforce your right. If you send a letter to somebody who starts bookmyhouse.com, and I am the lawyer, what will I do? I'll first take it and clear it out. Because you don't have a right. I know very well. Tomorrow, if you go to court, bookmyshow.com cannot enforce the right. So this is based on a concept called legal strength of brands. So based on the legal strength of, your brand should identify the company, the source, not the product. So based on the strength, the strongest brand or trademark is one of the most strong trademark is correct, because it's a fanciful word. It has no meaning. It is not taken from anywhere. The second one is Google. Google is adopted from Google, but it is also a new word. There is no meaning. And the third one, Zomato. Zomato is an adaptation of tomato, but it is not a word it's existing. It's a plain word. Like you call it fanciful or coined words. 10 years or 100 years down the lane, if you go to court, if you go to try to enforce this, they are 100% sure that they will win, because they have established a brand today with their report. Now, when you come to the weakest brand, Bharat Matrimony, it is one of the most famous matrimony sites today. As the name indicates, it is one of the weakest trademark because they tried to stop many matrimony sites and they couldn't. And one of the other one, this is a foreign site, trainers on site. They also look for a descriptive website domain. After a couple of years, even if they try to enforce this, they will not be able. The third one, the pub world, one of the worst domain name I have seen. What's the use in adopting this trade? How will you identify your service with somebody else? When I say I go to pub, it can be any pub, right? So the fourth one, which is very famous, there was a case was going on this sugar free. I think Marico adopted this trademark, and they fought it over it in a court, and court said sugar free. You can't adopt. So my dear friends, descriptive domain names has a weakness, like it's a permanent, instinct, inherent weakness. You have thousands of people in the market, same name. How do you identify your product or service to somebody else? I agree with you. As a service, as a person who is in the business, you want to have something connected with people, connected with the market. That's I agree. 100% I am with you. But you don't have any other ways to do this. You have a lot of words like you can have keywords. You can have. I'm not very sure about the digital marketing, but still I think this is not the way, because tomorrow when you spend a lot of money over it on developing the brand, you will not be able to take a distinctiveness in the brand. So what are the risks when you adopt descriptive domain name? The main thing is when you adopt something like a trainer and you search for with a word like trainer in the registered or unregistered trademarks in the trademark registry, you have hundreds of trademarks. You are one of them. Either with the training as a part of it or the training itself. You can have a recent tendency. I have seen it's not a recent tendency, maybe 5 or 10 years. Tendency like if I tell my client that trainers.com is not available, then they ask why can't we have trainers instead of SZ? Doesn't make a difference. Or can we have train hyphen like that? Doesn't make a difference. Still, you will be identified by trainers.com. So it's not going to make any difference. If you adopt a descriptive domain name, you will be one among the hundreds having similar brands. The next big problem will be if you have something called IamAtrainer.com or as they said, greatspeakers.com. You spend money on it. You decide, okay, I will take this, I will spend money on it, I'll promote it, and it will become a big brand. You're actually putting half the money down the drain. Because greatspeaker.com, the speaker part is already common, already in the public domain. Whatever effort you do to promote it, you are not going to get it. Tomorrow, if you go to court and say, greatspeaker.com, it's been with me for 10 years. The court said, oh, why did you first of all adopt it? So, whatever money you spend, if you spend on a unique, distinctive name, like Saro said, a distinctive name, you are going to get it. You are 100% sure that I am going to keep this. Right? Zomato and Google all did the same thing. The third point is your brand value may be affected. That's happened to Book My Show. Book My Show is a marketable brand, a market successful brand, but if you take it, if I am the person who is doing the legal audit, tomorrow if they want to sell it and I am doing the legal audit, I will not recommend that this brand has a certainty of enforcing its rights against others. Because after 10 to 15 years use in the market, when they went to court and said it is our right, the court said, no, it's not your right. So when I adopt something called Book My Show and I spend money over it, there is no guarantee that I'll be having a property right over this after some time. It's like encroaching. It's like having an easement right over a property. After some time you think it's yours, but it's not yours. So my dear friends, all of you are getting into the business. You want to have a successful businessman. So keep this in your mind. Never adopt a descriptive domain and try to make it a brand. Adopt a coin or something like a combined word or fanciful word and try to promote it and be successful with you. So now this is my site. I'll be opening a blog very soon in this site, a separate blog. So I'll be posting a lot of blogs in it, and any enquiries regarding this particular subject, so welcome to contact. Okay.
Thanks, Sunil, for a wonderful speech. I keenly watched the audience. I got to know that the doctor was very keen to make a note of whatever Sunil was briefing about the business, like branding, marketing, drawbacks, and risks. Maybe he will soon start a website for his patients to fix up an appointment. See, why people go for e-commerce or online purchases? Because they get a lot of offers, right? You will get cashback offers or 100% offers or Dhamaka offer, something will be there. Today, somehow, we are also talking about online related stuff. So, Surya has arranged us offer for us, offer for the audience. You will have a educational section will be delivered by our Toastmasters Rajan. He is a Chief Strategy Officer at Jimco's. He has been with the Toastmasters since 2006. His hobbies are traveling and blogging. Regarding the theme, he always believes the fact that when you focus on developing yourself and the people around you, you do not have to create opportunities. Opportunities will knock the door. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Toastmaster Sarovil Velrajan onto the stage for the special educational session.
If you want to be a world champion of public speaking, every single speech of yours should be a champion speech, said Dhananjay Chigiraji, one of our past world champions from District 82. How many of you want to be a world champion of public speaking? Raise your hand. Fantastic. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters guests.
Good afternoon.
World champion of public speaking is a very enviable title because those who win that coveted title get to earn a lot of money by giving speeches. They get paid like thousands of dollars for every hour of speech that they give in front of audience. So that is why there is so much craze about World Championship of Public Speaking title. Today, if I ask you, who is the world-class director from the Tamil industry? World-class director from Tamil industry. Shankar, obviously. How many of you agree that it will be Shankar potential? Right? World-class. So, what contributes to that world-class distinction for a director? Budget, mega budget. Okay. people are ready to spend a lot of money on it. What else? Technology, the use of technology to make every single frame so distinct from the other movies. Because in regular movies, we don't see as much visuals when compared to what we see in Shankar's movie. What else?
The focus on details.
Focus on details, attention to details.
He is the star of the movie rather than he having a star.
Once he
the
fixes
director
it,
is the star of the movie when compared to the people, the characters in the star, unique storyline, fantastic. I think some of these things are also relevant for the world championship, because at the end of the day, the world champion is trying to sell a message to the audience. Whether you agree with me or not, all those world champions are all salespeople, because they are trying hard to sell their idea to audience, thousands and thousands of people, in a way which is very easy to understand, in a way which is very unique, in a way which people remember for a very, very long time. Do you agree with me?
yes.
So in the next 20 minutes, I will share with you some tips that you can follow to convert your ordinary speech into an extraordinary speech. A speech in which you fumble on to a speech that comes across like a fabulous speech. A speech that is a top class speech to a speech that is, yeah, you can applaud. A speech that is a top class speech to a speech that is a world class speech. So I've organized my session into 3 yums. The 3 yums that I want to share with you to convert your ordinary speech into an extraordinary speech or a club class speech into a world class speech. The first M is the message. I feel that Shankar's movie always has a message. You know, it has a very strong message. Most of the times it is related to some kind of a social cause, right? Be it corruption or be it the use of technology in the recent movie, right? Sudato. Normally, when I tell Toastmasters that your speeches should have a very strong message, people always feel that they should talk about somebody who's in a wheelchair at their home, or somebody who passed away very recently from their family, or somebody who has lost several crores and crores of money in their business. But it's very impossible for us to find such subjects, right? Such subjects are very rare to find. So my recommendation would be to pick topics that are close enough. And I want you to refer to the handout that you may have. I don't know if the handouts are already circulated. If you look upon some of the old speeches from the World Championship, who's the latest winner from the World Championship speech? Ramana, right? Ramana, what was the speech title? Still standing. What did she try to convey through that speech? When life knocks you down, get up and keep standing. Very simple message. You don't have to have like several crores of losses in the business. You don't have to. In fact, you don't even have to have a divorce in the family to talk about subjects like that, right? The messages are very simple. In fact, I remember one of the past world champions. He talked about how he fixed a punctured tire by reaching out to somebody for help. Very simple message. Punctured tire. I think change. Yeah, that's right. Changed by the tire is the speech title. You can refer to it. And all that he talked about is seeking out to somebody else for help. A very simple message, right? So some of these messages that are being shared in the World Championship stage are not those profound messages. These are very simple messages that we all can identify from our own simple life. So what did Dhananjay Hettiar actually spoke about? I see something in you. What did he emphasize on? Everybody has something as a unique potential, and a mentor helps in identifying that potential in you. Very simple message. So the first point that I want to convey to you is, if you don't have a message, you don't have a speech. But at the same time, your messages need not be profound. Your messages can be very simple. All that audience is looking for is some takeaway value from that message. If you can convey it in a form where you can sell the idea to people, then you have become a world champion. Because at the end of the day, world champions are nothing but sales people. They are trying to sell their ideas and thoughts with the audience. So the first M is message. The second M is memorability. This plays a very huge role in the success of your speech. If you really want to be a world champion, you have to convert your speech into a form that is very memorable to the audience. For example, people still remember I see something in you. People still remember still standing. So even after a week, even after a month, even after